It's the journey. It's the interrelationships. That's where the magic is. In a contributive energy. Understanding that contributive energy rocks. Rocks meaning it rocks. It's flourishing and thriving. Look how nature blossoms. Look how quick a field becomes a forest. And watch that all happen. It's a natural, it's a beautiful or natural growth. And as it grows, it increases its balance, the structure of it. That's what's different about what we're experiencing now. We are on a trajectory in fear, percolating in fear, nationally, globally. And we don't even know it. We're being duped into it. Because if we're afraid, and we have some belief construct deep in our unconscious mind that says we suck in some way, and we have parents who drill that in, sleeping parents. I was one of them. I'm still sleeping to some degree. This waking up is a challenge because you gotta stick your head out initially alone. Say, I'm standing here. And you gotta deal with all of the programming, which is increasing geometrically with the directly proportional to how much we look at our phones. How much if we get reeled into this constantly changing. They don't want to help you communicate better, although very bright human beings are using the tools in a very, very contributive way. But the marketplace, the design, the investment in the technology, and that's where you got to look. You got to follow the money. The investment in the technology for the phone industry and the advertising industry, which is much, much, much bigger, it's goofy, stupid money that gets spent on advertising to convince you, not in a good way, most of the time. And I think pretty much every single mass advertiser, every advertiser that's massive, that goes on the network news, it does the radio, it does the phone, even the internet news now has the ads. The internet searching has ads. YouTube has it's like we're just inundated with these ads. But all we have to do is filter it one simple way. Mass advertisers, and we make a list. There's got to be a finite list, probably a long list, but it's a finite list, and I think it's a list that's getting smaller and smaller as time goes on. It's just this consolidation of wealth and power, and I'm going to put quotes around wealth. Because if we really look in our hearts about what's most important to us, and we put, money, obtaining and acquiring money, in a list of other things that we're going to say, what's sacred, what's sacred, what's sacred? We ask ourselves in our heart that question. That's the first thing we have to do in the waking up. That's the waking up. Because there's another truth, and I'm going to say it's a truth. It's a belief that I have. I'm happy to have a conversation with anybody. I'm experiencing it, though. So as a knowing, like a GNOW, Gnostic knowing, just watching. Gnostic knowing, GNOW. Knowledge. Knowing. Feeling like absolute confidence. It's equal to absolute confidence. Which, David Bohm, I got that from David Bohm. Bohm, wow, what a contributor into the whole who are we question. David Bohm, B-O-H-M, I believe. And then the idea of infinite intelligence. Infinite intelligence available for every single human on this planet. We are all created equal, and we all have equal access to infinite intelligence. And really, our minds, some of our minds work, maybe more productively or in a kind of an accelerated way, and maybe there's a spectrum on that, which we might equate to intelligence, IQ. But then there's this knowledge that's from the heart, and all creativity that is inspired out of that makes the world we want to see. The key is we're vibrating in compassion. And all you have to do to get to compassion is the simplest path. Just ask the question, is there anything beautiful that I can think about or I can see? Is there anything? Close your eyes and say, name one thing that you think is beautiful. And you have a lot of things you think are beautiful. Might be a beautiful woman. It might be a flower with a bee on it. It might be, for me, a turtle, Eastern painted turtle, basking on a rock or a log in the middle of a pond, like that. It's just because spread eagle, all the legs are just out. It's like it's taken in the sun. Not only for the heat, but for the minerals. I'm convinced of it, and I think that's part of us too. And I think we've been programmed to be afraid of the sun. The sun is the most reliable resource we have. It's to be respected for sure. But there's more than just light. It's providing minerals. It interacts with our physiology, chemically, and hormonally, or whatever, hormonally. And I think our endocrine system in some way. So I don't know. I feel it. There's a knowing. I don't know the details, but I feel there's a connection there. And it feels pretty strong. Okay, we'll leave it there for now. Do you ever feel in the flow? How do we extend that? That's part of what I'm looking at. The more we can turn that dial from fear to compassion, take responsibility for the feeling that we have. That's step one. Personal responsibility, not to us and it's to each other. We owe that to each other. It's our responsibility to each other to get clear, to get whole, to get absolute confidence, infinite intelligence, and to recognize Napoleon Hill for putting that in a book, a self-help book, in 1938. Thank you, Napoleon, because we get to stand on the shoulders of all these heroes. Who are the heroes for me? The heroes are the people who ask the question: how can we make this better? How can we contribute to a more enriched and fulfilled life for human beings on this planet? Integrity with nature, in integrity with nature, in respect, sacred, holding sacred Mother Earth, and understanding that they are themselves as individuals beautiful because they're an expression of this organic beauty, organic expansion, growth, beauty. We're participating in it in real time. Whew. It's very exciting. But I'll leave it there for now. Everything coming together. The lesson of the river. The lesson of the river. I'll create that link down below. The lesson of the river is beautiful. And I did a blog post on it a long time ago. If you want to look at it, look at it. So, whew, we'll leave it there for now. Until next time, take care.